Good morning on this Sunday, and happy Mother's Day. Thanks for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus. Looking outside over a pretty cloudy Midtown Atlanta right now. Hope your day's off to a great start. And if you're making some plans with mom, maybe you're trying to get outside today, we'll check in just a minute with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi to give you your forecast. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks for checking in with us again. You're watching Atlanta News First Plus on this Sunday morning. It is 10 o'clock, and we're here to update you on some of the day's top stories that we are following. Very busy overnight for Atlanta police officers. They are investigating a shooting at a nightclub. Let's show you the video. I can tell you that 6 people were shot here and 2 of them were killed. This happened overnight in Buckhead at the 1145 Lounge on Peachtree Road. The shooting happened around 2:30 a.m. Atlanta police say there was a fight inside of the club. Someone pulled out a gun and started shooting. A man and a woman were killed. 2 men and 2 women were wounded. They are currently in the hospital being treated for their injuries. We're told all of the victims are between the ages of 20 and 30. No arrests right now. The shooter is on the run. Atlanta police do believe there was one person who pulled the trigger, but again, 6 people shot inside of a club. So still a lot of questions here to be answered. Nobody has been identified as far as the people who have been involved. There is the question of how did a gun make its way inside of this club. Atlanta police said that they will be looking into that as well. And so we have a crew out there in Buckhead right now talking to people, hearing from nearby businesses, and we will keep you updated throughout the day on this breaking story. But again, the headline is 6 people shot inside of a Buckhead club overnight, 2 of them killed. There is an Atlanta firefighter being treated for injuries right now after a crash on the interstate. This happened last night on the downtown connector right near 17th Street in the northbound lanes. Atlanta police say a car hit the back of a fire truck, and police say the driver of that car is being investigated for driving under the influence. No update at this point on the firefighter's condition. We've reached out to the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department to learn more about how that firefighter is doing. Tense moments last night in an East Point neighborhood when there was a SWAT standoff. This is some video from a neighbor. Police say they were called out to Lancaster Drive after someone was knocking on neighbors' doors. They encountered a man. They tried talking with him. They say he went inside of a house and refused to leave while pointing a gun at officers. The SWAT team was called out, but that suspect eventually came out of the house peacefully and was arrested. He has not been identified at this point. And another big story from this weekend, 3 Atlanta police officers shot on the job. All 3 of them are okay. They are recovering right now. It happened around 5:15 last evening on DeSoto Avenue in southwest Atlanta. Police say those officers were trying to get a suspect to put down a gun and a knife when they say he shot them. The officers fired back, killing the suspect. The officers are 2 31-year-olds who have been with the department for 4 years, along with a 28-year-old who's been on the force for just 5 months. Again, they were taken to the hospital to be treated. 2 of them needed surgery. 1 had a graze wound. They are expected to be okay. We heard from the chief and the mayor yesterday. They have talked to those officers, and they say that they are in good spirits. Some very disappointed fans in Atlanta last night showed up to go to the Anita Baker concert, only for that show to be canceled at the very last minute, just minutes before the concert was set to start. State Farm Arena released a statement saying the cancellation was due to late, unforeseen circumstances. State Farm Arena says refunds will be returned at the point of purchase. No other details have been released about what happened, but those fans are trying to figure out what happened. This was after the doors had opened to the venue, and again, just minutes before the show was set to start is when that statement came out. And we've been checking at this point, no comment from Anita Baker herself. All of this information is coming from State Farm Arena, so we will certainly keep you posted as we learn more about that. All right, let's take another peek outside right now. Cloudy start to the day, but no rain, so that is good news for Mom. We will bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi now to tell us more about the forecast. And boy, you are tracking some big changes, Courtney, for the week ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be quite a rainy week, so as you're getting ready to start the work and school week, I know that you're probably not thinking about that right now with Mother's Day activities going on. But just know that the forecast will change, and you'll want to keep that umbrella tucked away in your car, or your raincoat, something like that, because we do have quite a few rain chances, including a few first alert weather days for rain and storms on the way this week. I'm First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. I hope that your weekend has gone well. I know it's a little cloudy out there right now, but it's going to be a nice day. It'll be warm, it'll be comfortable, and most importantly, it will be dry if you have any plans. So here's a look at kind of what we're tracking over the next couple of days. So again, today, dry, warmer with increasing clouds. So if it's not mostly cloudy to overcast near you now, it will be over the next few hours. And then Monday, it does look like we could have quite the rainy morning commute. Models have been struggling with the forecast tomorrow, and in fact, they are trending a little drier right now. So we'll go through that in just a second and kind of explain what's going on. And then Tuesday does look fairly stormy with rain and storms possible kind of on and off, with the potential for maybe an isolated severe storm for the evening. Here's a look at what to expect today. Temperature-wise, at least. Temperatures by noon in the low 70s, around 74 at lunchtime, and then at 6 o'clock, if you have any dinner plans, temperatures will be near 80. Here's a look at where all of us will top out today. So low 70s for the mountains. Maybe you're headed over to Lake Lanier today. It'll be a little cool through lunchtime for activity on the water, but temperatures in the upper 70s around 4 or 5 o'clock, and then a lot of the suburbs topping out near 80 with a high of 80 degrees in Atlanta today after topping out in the mid-70s. So we have a very active pattern on the way, clearly. That's what we were talking about with the rain and storms on the way starting tomorrow. And what it is we have an upper level low that's going to continue to slowly push into the plains. And as it does so, you can see all of that rain moving from west to east along the Gulf Coast and moving into, it looks like parts of Oklahoma as well right now. So out ahead of that low, we'll get rain and storms to kind of eject out ahead of it and bring us what we call short waves. They're little waves of energy. Now, models struggle with these really bad. So they're very difficult to forecast when it comes to the timing. They're so small scale that some of even our higher resolution models can't get a grasp of them very well. But it can at least give us an idea of pattern. So as we head into the day today, cloudy skies, some showers back out in Alabama and Mississippi. Now, here's the latest forecast model for the graph. The high resolution model. This is our highest resolution model that we have. Usually does the best with these kinds of systems, but nonetheless, what I'm looking at right now, earlier this morning at 6:30, it was widespread rain, especially from Atlanta down to the south. Now it looks just spotty from Atlanta down to the south, with the heaviest rain in South Georgia and Alabama. And then we'll have the chance for some scattered rain for that afternoon commute, picking up the kids from school. So if models continue to trend a little drier, then we might end up dropping that first alert weather day, which in full transparency is very possible in this pattern because it's just so difficult to really pinpoint exactly where these short waves are going to end up and the timing on them. So just take a check back later this afternoon with First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin. He'll have the latest for you. And closer to the actual event we get, the better idea we have of when and where all this rain is going to kind of sort out. So right now, models have been kind of favoring, just by looking at pattern, rain for tomorrow morning and then some lingering showers into the afternoon, but drier for the evening commute home tomorrow. So tomorrow we have that first alert weather day, just to give you a heads up that you'll probably, more than likely, need to give yourself a little bit of extra time for the morning commute. Now, we do have the potential for severe weather on Tuesday. So not only are we looking at rain, but we're also looking at storms for Tuesday. Now, with that said, we could have a few thunderstorms Monday, but not looking at severe weather Monday by any means. Tuesday, very isolated threat with gusty wind and heavy rain, maybe some small hail. So what we'll be watching is you can see that kind of line of showers and storms looks really potent, moving out of Alabama into the panhandle of Florida Monday afternoon. So we'll be watching for, again, waves of energy to kind of push into the southeast and multiple rounds of that as we make our way into the start of the work week. So we'll watch for a second wave to potentially push in as we head into Tuesday morning, bringing the chance for scattered showers, mainly after the morning commute. And then a front will move in. That'll bring us the chance for evening storms, and it'll be the evening hours where we'll watch for maybe an isolated severe storm as well. Now, through Friday, because we'll have another round of heavy rainfall and the potential for storms on Friday, we'll pick up anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of rain with isolated higher amounts, maybe even upwards of 4+ inches of rain in some spots. So some places, especially if you get the heavy downpours on Tuesday and then again on Friday, and some of this rain could even linger into Saturday, there's not going to be a lot of time for the ground to rebound this week. So we could experience some isolated flash flooding this week, something we'll be monitoring very carefully for you, especially as we head into Tuesday and then again on Friday. So here's a look at that first alert 7-day forecast today. More clouds, highs near 80. And then tomorrow, another piece of the story is that if we do have the morning showers, you pair that with the cloud cover, we could stay in the 60s all day tomorrow, so it'd be a little bit of a cooler rain. As we head into Tuesday, highs back in the 70s with widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then as we head into Wednesday, a drier day with a 20% coverage of rain, and then mostly dry Thursday as well with partly cloudy skies, highs back in the 80s ahead of our next storm system that rolls in Friday. This will kind of originate along the Gulf Coast and pull in lots of Gulf moisture, resulting in those heavy downpours and storms on Friday. And a few of those storms could linger into the start of next weekend, but we'll fine tune that as we get closer to the day. A very complex forecast, very difficult forecast, but one that we will get you through. Just know that, again, you're probably going to want to keep the umbrella or the raincoat handy. Have that First Alert Weather app handy because we're constantly updating the forecast for you there. And that'll be your best bet for getting the latest information on when and where the rain is going to be. And, of course, updates on any kind of severe threat as we make our way through this week as well. All right, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I hope today is wonderful. Enjoy this dry day before a rainy and stormy work week ahead. And we'll catch you here next time.